Hello book nerds, welcome to Bookshelf Bunny. I'm Kim and this is May's Wrap Up and June's TBR. Hey guys, so May was a much better reading month for me than the last couple of months. It was relatively quiet, nothing big or terrible happened, so it was a nice, peaceful month. It was good. These are the books that I read in May, and I would say that my top three, and in no particular order as I do, would be How to Sell a Haunted House, Pachinko, and Book Eaters. Now, all the books I read were pretty good this month. All of them. I really enjoyed all of the books that I read. But those three in particular stood out to me. How to Sell a Haunted House, I've got a review on a previous video you can check out for some in-depth thoughts. But the basic gist of that book was parents died, estranged siblings had to sell the house, but there were shenanigans, supernatural shenanigans afoot. Really good, loved it. I have not read a Grady Hendrix book that I've been disappointed with yet. Pachinko was a great book. I really enjoyed that one. I could be saying it wrong, and if I am, I'm so sorry. It follows a Korean family through generations, and it's over a period of like the 1930s to like the 1980s, and it's this family as they move from Korea to Japan and all of the challenges that entails, the racism they face within Japan. It even touches on World War II and the bombings in Nagasaki, and it just was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. In particular, the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, those stood out to me. At one point, one of the characters goes, during the middle of the war, to work in a factory in Nagasaki, and immediately you just know, that guy's screwed. And it just, a lot of drama. It was so good. I really liked how it touches on the Korean Japanese culture and how that changed as the times changed. So what we see early in the book with Korea and Japan and how the people are living and their attitudes and what is considered good and right and what is considered dishonorable, those things shift subtly throughout the book, and it's a fascinating peek into history. Really enjoyed that book. I also enjoyed The Book Eaters. Now this book was a unique story. It's a fantasy story, and it follows a mother and a son as they're kind of on the run. They're looking for a medicine that will help treat the son's condition. This is the fun part. So our mother, she is part of a group of people, a race of people, kind of like a subhuman class where they eat books. She literally consumes books as food. But her son is like another type of creature within that group called a mind eater. And he has to consume minds to live. But there's a cure, and they're looking for it. And there were just so many great themes in this book. There was breaking toxic families. There was finding yourself. There was the strength of a mother's love for her children. And it was just, all in all, it was a good book. I loved that book. So those are what I read, and some brief thoughts on my three favorite picks. And as for what I'm reading right now, I'm currently reading these three books: Taltos, The 7-Year Slip, and Remarkably Bright Creatures. I'm reading those at the moment, and that's going to be my main focus for the first bit of June as far as my TBR goes. There's a couple books that I hope to read as well, but I'm going to hold off on those for the time being. I'm not even going to talk about them in case I don't get to them. I'm going to focus on these three, and anything else I read is extra. It's Pride Month, so there are a couple of Pride books that I kind of have on my hopefuls. Again, I'll talk about those later if I get to them. I kind of read books with LGBTQ representation throughout the year. I try to put particular focus on at least one book by either an author within the LGBTQ community or a book about the LGBTQ community with representation. So I am hoping to do that. But I'd like to know what your plans are for June. Let me know in the comments. Okay, book nerds, that's all I got. As always, happy reading.